Time for a water break.
Hey man, yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome to another water break episode, man. Dog, man, we here right after the game. Oh man, this feels this one's tough. This was a little tough to take right now because I did not expect. I don't even know how to go with this, man, but. I didn't even. Ladies and gentlemen, again, man, this is Water Cool Talk Podcast, man. I'm so discombobulated right now, man. I don't even know how to feel, man. But yo, we got my co-host Marcus in the building, man. Marcus, what's up going on?
What's up?
And as always, man, we got a friend to the show, man. We got our guy from Auburn Addicts, DC Wolf is on the show today, y'all. How you feeling today, DC?
Not good. We'll go ahead.
Man, I'm sorry, man. I feel this one feels bad, man. I don't know if y'all know, but earlier today, me and DC did what three things Auburn needs to do to win, and that's up right now on YouTube on Auburn Addicts right now. So go take a look at that before you watch this. But fellas, man, just literally game ended about 10 minutes ago. What's your initial thoughts after watching Auburn and Georgia play and watching Georgia narrowly escaping Auburn today? What are your thoughts? How you feeling so far? I'm gonna start with you, DC. Let me hear what you got.
Okay, I was just laying back because I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna come in nobody's house and just start screaming. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna put me on because you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
I'm gonna lay it out for y'all, man. I ain't see. Okay, first y'all need to come on the show tomorrow. So after I calm down, because I'm know what I'm saying. Anyway, let me ask y'all this. I'm finna go to it, bruh. We had a good offensive game plan. Okay, we missed a few things here and there. I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. I know y'all a fan of the defense. I know y'all a fan, but the defense let us down today. I'm gonna tell you why. 98-yard drive, bro, blowing my mind. A 98, they pinned them on the 2, bro. A 98-yard drive. Hit you with this. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm not talking about score wise, because holding Georgia to 20 is plenty. I like that. But anyway, holding Georgia to 20 is plenty. But anyway, I'm saying the defense let us down for this, bro. That 2 drives straight. Brock Bowers, one drive, he got the ball. He was the only receiver that got the ball. And another at what was it, 86 or 84? 86. One of them got the ball one time. Brock Bowers got the ball every throw. Okay, why you not, bro, bracketing this dude? Why you not putting a one-on-one with somebody over the top? Bro, I'm putting 11 men on him before I let him just catch every ball down the field, bro. They just playing in a zone and not even rushing the passer, man. They letting your boy sitting in the pocket and bake a cake while Brock Bowers found a hole in the zone. I mean, pick something, bro. If you're going to play a zone blitz up front, zone blitz, cover him man to man, shade him over the top. Shade him, do something, bro, instead of dropping back and letting this man just sit in the zone and pick. The defense didn't let us down. The defensive coordinator let us down, bro. You don't let 19 just run wild like that, man. I'm like Jordan, man. Bro, I would get a personal foul. I will foul out all my defenders with personal fouls before I let 19 just keep catching the ball like that and move the ball downfield. Bro, come on, man. Now, see, y'all, I don't holler, but y'all asked for that, man. That is crazy, man. Somebody tell me something different, please.
Marcus, you go, man. I'm gonna go. I have an analysis that's kind of different from that, but I want to hear what Marcus got to say.
I say Georgia barely escaped.
Okay,
but I don't blame the defense. I blame. How can I say this? I blame play calling, but I blame offensive play calling.
Okay,
really? Okay,
Yeah.
well, this finna get interesting. Break
It's about
that
to get
down.
real interesting.
Yeah, break
Because
that
I'm
down.
kind of in between. You go ahead.
Go, Mark. Come on,
I
man.
play offensive play caller, and DC. I understand what you mean by that drive, but that man is arguably the best tight end in the country. He do this to everybody.
But that gives you more reason. But yeah, he is the best.
You know what I'm saying? He easily.
Right, but okay, if he's the best tight end in the country, why would you just let him run free in the zone like that though?
I totally understand that. Like, but
Okay.
it's just you can only contain them so long. We contain them all first half. The offense got to put up some points. That's what I'm saying. Like when you have Robert Ashford moving the ball down the field, you got to stick with something. Payne throwing you like you got to get up. You got because I'm not really attacking. And this is what I also got to say. Philip Montgomery should not get no more of play calling duties ever again. Hugh Freeze, strictly play calling from here on out because our offense look totally different today. Totally different. So what I have to say about that is from this point on, like now it's time to pick a quarterback and let them get a rhythm. Because Robert Ashford, majority of the second quarter, beginning of the third, took majority of the snap. Then we went back to Payne throwing like late third, early fourth. Like you gotta give him a chance to get a rhythm. And me myself personally, I like us better with Robert Ashford, especially if we gonna run the football like we did. But I can't blame Payne Thorne for that last interception or that last drive because guys was just your best receiver dropping the ball, man. So it's just like, with that. So I can't really say it was Payne Thorne today, but going forward, we gotta get more consistent on offense because if you hold a team like Georgia to 20 points, your offense got to put up more points. You got to be able to depend on your offense with 3 minutes left to at least get you down the field in scoring position.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I am putting this game. I will have to give 50% to Payton Thorne, and I will have to give 50% of it to Auburn's defense on the last drive of the game. That's how I see it. Earlier when we was on your channel, one of the things that I said when Auburn is in plus territory, they need to get points. Payton Thorne had 2 drives, two plays that stick out to me, and I'm not even gonna blame this one on Thorne. I'm gonna actually blame this one on the play. I'm gonna actually blame this one on play call. But going into halftime, it was 10-10, and it was 31. It was 31, and they didn't convert to 31, so they went to 4th and 1. It was like a very rushed play, and at that point, they was like on the I think it was like on it was like the 23, maybe like the 20, somewhere in that range, and they went for it on 4th down.
Yeah,
kick the field goal. If you would have kicked that, if you would have kicked the field goal, it would have been 13-10 going into halftime.
Yep.
That's a 3-point game. That's 3 points that's off the ball. That's out the ball. Now, coming out in the third quarter, in the end of the third quarter, Payton Thorne, the ball was on the 31-yard line, if I'm not mistaken. It was on 31-yard line. And Payton Thorne dropped back the pass and took too long, did not throw the ball, and got sacked and knocked them out of field goal range. You on the 30-yard line, that would have been a 40, 41-yard field goal. That would have gave you another 3 points on the board. That time. At this time, the score was 20-17. Now, if you would have added those 3 points that they would have taken in the first half, you took it at a 23-17 game, plus those 3, a 26-17 game. If everything would have stayed the same the way it would have. Now, the last drive of the game, the last offensive drive of the game, 2 plays that I want to highlight. 2 plays. The pass down the sideline to Nick Martin. He apparently wanted to check out to a back shoulder fade. And I'm like, bro, you need to know, this is when a quarterback needs to know the personnel that he has on the field. Nick Martin is 6'6", against a 5'11", 6-foot cornerback who he had 2 steps on down the sideline. Throw the ball up to your receiver to go get the ball and catch it. What are you doing talking about? What are you doing saying you want to check to a back shoulder? That's no. He has a 6-inch advantage on a DB, and he got 2 steps on it down the side. But you want to throw a back shoulder fake. Now, the interception, I don't even blame that on Jay Fair, because the pass before that, he threw a slant that was 7 inches ahead above Jay Fair's head. Jay Fair had to jump in the air to catch it and dropped it. And even if he would have caught it, he would have came down and it was 2 Georgia defenders conversion on him just like that. That's what you need to know your personnel in the game. What is Jay Fair, like 5'11", 5'10"? You forcing your receiver to make a tough catch when all you have to do is put it on him and let him run and let him make a play and run after the ball. Then the pass after that was the interception. You threw it over Jay Fair's head again. The man literally slipped coming into the break, and he slipped, and you literally threw it over his head again, and it was an interception. I blame that drive on Peyton Thorne. Peyton Thorne, I blame that on him 100% because you need to know your personnel in the game. The two balls he threw to Jay Fair, those balls should have been thrown to a Rivaldo Fairweather or a Nick Martin type receiver. You make it easy for your receivers to catch the ball and run. You don't make it hard for them, and that's exactly what he did. He made it hard for Jay Fair to make a play. Go back and watch those 2 plays that I'm just saying, and you literally will see Jay Fair jump 6 inches off the ground to try to catch a ball that he missed. That was almost intercepted. And then the interception, Jay Fair was standing there, and that could have been called a pass interference too. And the defensive back came up behind him, and if you look, the ball was thrown over Jay Fair's head. Because all the DB did was stand there and just put his hands up above Jay Fair's hand and caught the ball. That's literally what happened. I blame that on Peyton Thorne. Peyton Thorne ain't it. Peyton Thorne is not it. He is not it, bro. I'm sorry. Man. He is not it, man.
Nick, I understand your point on that, and I understand where you're coming from. But to DC's point from Auburn Addicts, if you go back and check out previous episodes, DC said that he was inconsistent. So if you know that about him as a receiver, you have to come down with something. If it hit his hand. And we taught as receivers, if it hit your hand. That's understandable. We taught as receivers, if it hit your hand. It's understandable that it hit his hand. The second play, the stop route, he obviously slipped. That's why I can't blame Peyton Thorne for him slipping. He slipped. He was in front of him.
We'll give him that one. We'll give him the slip. I would give you the interception that he slipped. But as a quarterback, you have to make it easy for your receiver to catch the ball. Brock Bowers made 2 catches on that drive, one-handed. One was behind him. Carson Beck didn't make it easy for him to catch the ball. Brock Bowers is just that dude.
But that just tells you though. Go ahead.
Exactly.
You proving our point though.
I'm not proving your point. Brock Bowers is 6'4", 235 pounds. Jay Fair is 5'10", barely 190, 200. So even if you would have threw that pass to Brock Bowers that Peyton Thorne threw Jay Fair on that slant, it would have been easy. It would have been a catch. Because Brock Bowers ain't got to jump for it. That's 6 inches. I mean, come on, man. Come on.
Listen,
go back and look at the game.
Go back, and that's what I say. I'm gonna have to go. I don't even want to go back and look at it, but straight up though, if you look at when you look at it, tell me now. I will admit he did throw it high. It was high, but it went through his hands.
Exactly.
Two. It looked like when Jay Fair went up, it looked like Buddy closed his eyes and was waiting for the hit. He ducked his head.
He ducked his head. He did
like this and ducked his head. Go back and look at it.
Okay.
When you a true number one receiver, you go make that catch.
The ball went through his fingertips and he ducked his head like this. Go look at it.
Have you ever caught a ball going across the middle with two when two defenders about to hit you when you coming down 6 inches off the ground.
But the great ones,
though.
the Hall of Famers, bro,
They
gonna come down with it. They coming with it. They gonna catch the ball, man. They gonna rescue the court. You just said it with Brock Bowers. The dude wasn't throwing catchable balls, and Brock Bowers was catching it all behind his back. You just said it.
Yeah,
that's the difference in being great.
But Peyton Thorne is supposed to be a better quarterback than Carson Beck.
Yeah, that's the difference
than Carson Beck, though, right?
Huh?
I'm just saying. Peyton Thorne supposed to be a more experienced, better quarterback than Carson Beck, though. Right?
Sure.
But we all said at the beginning of the season, DC already pointed out that he was inconsistent. And I'm just saying, if you're inconsistent, knowing that I'm your number one receiver, I have to bring those catches in for you to guarantee that we still have a drive. I have to become that guy. We don't have that guy. Fairweather is that guy, but we can't get him the ball every single play.
I disagree with that. You can't get the ball to Fairweather. You can't get the ball to Fairweather. Yeah, he can get the ball to Fairweather. I disagree with that 100%.
I said every single
play. Yes,
okay.
He can.
Okay,
Fairweather was open a lot in this game.
Yeah. Can we rewind to this right here when you said you said you blame Peyton Thorne?
Yes, I do. I blame the quarterback.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you why I don't blame Peyton Thorne.
Okay.
On that drive with Marner. Nick Marner ain't played all season.
And what it's supposed to be?
Hold up.
What it's supposed to be though?
Hold up, cuz I'm gonna tell you. Why is as a coach, this dude ain't played the whole season?
Because he was hurt. He was hurt the first 3 weeks of the season.
I got you. He was hurt. I'm not putting somebody that ain't played in no games
and the biggest
a critical position like that, bro. That's Fairweather on that side, catching that critical ball. This dude ain't played the whole season. Yeah, you gonna have a miscommunication. I'm not putting him in critical position, and they did what? Had a miscommunication problem because they ain't been playing together.
But Fairweather is not an ex-receiver.
I get it, but what I'm saying is, okay, ex-Fairweather. It's Shane Hooks, anybody other than this dude that ain't played the whole season.
But what I'm telling you is the point of that play was to throw it up to Nick Martin.
He's not in the game, Nick.
Thorne was the one that made the decision to throw a back shoulder fade.
No. What I'm saying is, I agree with you. I agree with you on a micro level that within the play, I agree. You are correct. Within the play, I would maybe throw it up and know the mismatch. I agree with that. What I'm saying is, if I was the coach, the play wouldn't have happened with those two.
No,
it would have been somebody that has already experienced SEC playing. It wouldn't be somebody that this is his first play, like a critical play like that with the game on the line, of somebody that ain't played all year. He wouldn't be in the game.
You acting like we haven't lined Fairweather up on the outside, Nick. He was
lined.
No,
we have. We have.
Fairweather has not played the X receiver.
He's been lined up on the outside before.
But he's been lined up.
No, he has not, man. That is considered a slot position, bro.
But what I'm saying,
anything X is outside the numbers. He always play inside the numbers, man. That's a slot. It's a slot position. Come on, man. You know football.
Okay, but listen though. But
go watch the film. He done lined up outside the numbers before.
Listen. Okay, Nick. That's the point we're making is not where somebody lining up. We're talking about personnel. My argument is I'm not putting the game in somebody's hand who ain't played in the first 4 games. I'm not putting it. He's not even in the game when he run out. Remember how dude snatched what's your boy name in the LSU game when he tried to run out the quarterback, Joy Gatewood. Y'all don't remember that. When Nick Martin trying to run out, that's how I'm snatching him back. Like, no, bro. No. I'm like either Shane Hooks, somebody else. I'm like anybody but this dude who ain't. It ain't nothing against him, but it's like, bro, he hadn't had big game experience in the SEC. You gonna put him in the game against a Georgia on a critical drive, on a most critical play of the game, and be like, bro, go execute with a quarterback you haven't played with in 4 games.
But they practice together though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they haven't played in the game
though.
Okay,
you know that.
All I'm saying.
That's all. I'm just saying. I wouldn't have put it in his hands, bro. That's all I'm saying.
But it never reached his hands. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it never reached his hands. I mean, any quarterback knows, bro. If your receiver, man, look, I don't care. You can sit here and say He ain't played. He had Nick Martin didn't play in big time experience. But if I got a dude that got a 2-step head start on a DB and he got a 6-inch vertical leap or a 6-inch height on that dude, I'm throwing the ball up to him and giving him a chance. At least. He done did it before. Okay.
Nick, listen what I'm saying, bro. I agree with you. It's kind of like we not arguing the point because I definitely agree with everything you saying. Hear me, I agree. Peyton Thorne probably should have threw the ball up. You know what I'm saying? I agree with that. I'm just saying Nick Martin shouldn't have been in the game. That's all I'm saying.
I disagree with that.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, bro.
I think he should have been. I think he should have been in the game. He was a mismatch for all of Georgia's receivers. I mean, all of Georgia's DBs. I feel that. I think he should have been in the game. Mm-hmm. That's just me personally. Mm-hmm. But all right, so let's reiterate. So DC, you saying that you putting this on Auburn's defense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marcus, I didn't clearly understand what you said you was putting yours at. You was putting it on the offensive play calling.
I'm putting it on offensive play calling and substitutions. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it like that. Like sub. I feel like he said, putting Martin in a situation like that. Not when Robert Ashford catching a groove, you take him out the game. Like stuff like that. It hindered our offense catching a groove.
All right, let's have So you mentioned Robbie Ashford. I think this is a conversation that needs to be had. Mm-hmm. Do you think Auburn win this game if Robbie Ashford was the full-time starter?
On that first play, Robbie Ashford would have ran a touchdown. I know that.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. I agree on that. He would have scored there.
Yeah, he would have scored for sure. Yeah.
But in the critical moments, Peyton, I put this. The reason why I put this is because of those two plays that I saw. I put it on Peyton Thorne. But Peyton Thorne did make a great play down the seam to Rivaldo Fairweather to throw. Do you think Robbie could have made a throw down the seam to Rivaldo Fairweather?
I don't know, man. That's the thing. That's why I say I don't blame the offense necessarily because, like you said, if they take the 3 and you saw another 3, so okay, that's 26 points. Mm-hmm. Bruh, who putting up 26 points on Georgia offense, on Georgia defense? You see what I'm saying? Nobody. You got to look in perspective. It's like saying the offense got to put up points. Bro, putting up 26 against Georgia defense is monumental. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I say the defense let us down. Because bro, I think, bro, it's hard to put up 20 on Georgia, man.
I can't rock with saying the defense let us down when the defense was +2 in terms.
Again,
they put us in field position for us to get them points. We made 14 points off what they did. So I can't say the defense let us down when
don't misunderstand what I'm saying. When I say the defense, like I said in the beginning, I'm not talking about the defense. I'm saying specifically the defensive coordinator let us down on the last 2 drives by letting number 19 run free. That's all I'm saying. I'm not talking about the defense. Literally, when I say that, I really mean on those last 2 drives, the defensive coordinator. Go back and look at the last 2 drives.
No. I know.
Defensive coordinator. He let us down by not making it. He just played the zone.
Yeah.
He didn't make any adjustments. I'm like, bro, hold the dude or something. Bump him off the line.
They played man on that last drive. They were playing man across the board.
No, bro. When he ran across the middle, he ran across into a clear zone. And
no. That play was a zone play. But a lot of them plays, he was matched up against Donovan Kaufman.
Yeah, no.
5 was matched up.
Okay, I'm gonna go back and look at it. Yeah,
but it looked like he ran like a little corner route.
Yeah. Some of them were Donovan Kaufman.
He was matched up against Kaufman.
I get it, but no, I'm talking about specifically
that's a matchup problem. That's a matchup problem.
Specifically, I'm gonna go back and we'll talk about it tomorrow. But I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna look at the last 2 drives and see how many were zones and how many were man-to-man coverage. And if you got Donovan Kaufman man-to-man, even bro, you should be shaving him over the top. Like I said, I'm not letting 19 beat me, bro. I'm not letting 19 beat me.
No, I agree with you. But they were playing no free safety in the middle of the field. So that's how I knew it was man across the board. So that's when you got that going on, and I'm like, bro, like, okay, if you're doing that, 5 Donovan Kaufman, I like tough dude. I like that. It's a mismatch. It's a mismatch because you're talking about a 6'4", 235-pound guy on a barely 6 foot type dude. I mean, it is a game of mismatch, so I do understand that.
Why is Nehemiah Pritchett not on this guy, man? Can somebody tell me why Nehemiah Pritchett not covering this guy at least sometime at some point in the game? Why your tallest DB?
I seen Nehemiah Pritchett cover him, and he didn't want to tackle.
He did.
Yeah, you see that lax tackle he put on him when he ran the end zone. So it's just Are you telling me?
Nehemiah Pritchett is Nico Thorpe?
I ain't saying that.
Yes.
Don't say that, please. Don't say that. Do not.
Yes, he is.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
You said it. You said it. He is, man. Think about it. He is.
I was thinking that's what you was thinking. I was like, wait.
Yeah, he is, bro. Think about it, man. Because same thing. Nico Thorpe was running a 4.3. Fastest dude on the team, had all the measurables, and it's just like, bro, they like laying it at his feet, like, bro, go do it. And it's like, bro, you should be all SEC, you should be dominating. Yeah, and it's like, bro, it was crazy. Nico Thorpe like played in the NFL since he got in there. He just retiring, right?
Yeah,
is he coaching now? I think, but I mean, that's amazing. But
nah, man. So I mean, nah, man. I think this game right here was it was tough because I think we all have different perspectives on it. I think we all blame different reasons why the game went it the way it did. But I'm gonna ask you this question: what was a bright spot in the game for you? Who or what was a bright spot in this game for you after watching?
Me?
Either one of y'all. Whichever one want to go first.
You go ahead, Marcus.
Hugh Freeze calling plays. Hugh Freeze calling plays give me hope in our offense actually being something. Because I was scared last week. Last week I was like, oh man, if we don't get no offensive motion, we might get blew out.
Okay. Let me stop you right there. So you said Hugh Freeze calling plays gives you hope, but you also said play calling is what caused the game.
Yeah.
So are you saying Hugh Freeze is the cause of the reason why Auburn lost?
No. I'm not saying
But he was calling plays though.
I know.
Okay. Make it make sense. Explain it to me so I can understand it.
Because when I say play calling cost us the game, it's just like what DC said. I'm not saying the defense in general cost the game. It's just key moments that he made boneheaded mistakes that I felt like cost us the game.
So Payne Thorne. Because Hugh Freeze did not go out there and throw a football. It was Payne Thorne in the offense that had to go out there and execute it. So if it's play calling, then that means
but the thing about it is you can't get on the field unless I allow you on the field.
Right.
And me as a head coach, I pick the personnel on the field.
Okay.
So you can blame Payne Thorne just like you can blame Hugh Freeze for putting Martin in that situation. Like if he's new to this situation, why put him in a big time game? That's a bad situation as a head coach. I'm not blaming him for the game. Some situations, like if you have a quarterback that's in a groove, you don't bench that quarterback and go back to Payne Thorne.
Yeah,
that's
but
a bad decision.
Yeah, but that's
a bad decision as a head coach. I'm not blaming him for the game because
but in that situation, you down 7 points and you need to throw the ball, and that quarterback is not known for throwing the ball very, very well. So who do you go to? Do you go to Holden, who hasn't had any experience either, or do you stick with Thorne? Here's the question. This is the question I'm asking. So that's the reason why I asked you: do we win the game if Robbie played the full game? Can Robbie make those throws down the field that are to Rivaldo further down the seam with two in a one high safety look and something like that? Can Robbie make those throws?
If he can't, he shouldn't be on the field in the first place. Because why can't I run a play action with a running quarterback who they expect to run? That should be a wrinkle that I should know that I can go to with Robert Ashford.
Now they expected him to run, and Robbie did very well against them if they running the ball. When they expected him to run, because it was mentioned at the beginning of the game that sometime not the beginning of the game, but early this week, Kirby Smart was like, yeah, we're practicing for Robbie Ashford.
Because we're not gonna act
time.
like Payne Thorne threw for even 100 yards today. Like, so we didn't throw the ball just tremendously great. So a play action or a wrinkle like that could easily match up with Payne Thorne's passing production. Like the reason why we were successful because Payne Thorne had big runs on the ground on rushes that we know if Robbie Ashford would have had those same rushes would have been touchdowns.
He had one big run. I'm just gonna put it like that.
He had a nice scramble as a quarterback when the play broke down and he ran on that third down for that first. Yeah, he had some nice quarterback scrambles. We ain't just so big runs can mean momentum, not just gains. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So,
all right, DC, what you got, man? Who you
my bright? I'm gonna be like honest with you, man. My bright spot is like across the board, man. I'm having said this, looking at the game, and we like. I think what hurts is like you looking at it, analyzing, like, man, dude, we could have beat Georgia. You know what I'm saying? That's why you kind of it stings. But looking at it, man, I'm looking at the game. I'm like, man, I think everything was a bright spot. The defense did well. If you look at it, man, they held Georgia to like 20-some points. The offense scored 20 points on Georgia. They could have scored more. So I'm looking at everything as a net positive, man. I told my daughter I was watching with her, I'm like, man, I can't really argue on anything when you really look at it. Going forward, man, I'm like really looking forward to the season now. And I'm gonna give you the answer to what the real problem. Y'all want to know what the real problem of this whole thing is? This is the real problem. Hugh Freeze didn't start the season of play calling. If he would have started the season of play calling, think about where we would be right now. But they probably would have waxed Georgia. They probably would have ran Georgia out the stadium. Look what they did off 1 week of this dude doing play calling. If that's allegedly he play called, that's what I'm hearing. I don't know.
They said it before the game.
He said that?
They said CBS said that before the game. That he was ahead of play calling this week.
If he's ahead of play calling, think from spring, this dude would have implemented his offense and been ahead of play calling. Think of what that offense would have looked like. They put up on 20 on Georgia with him calling plays for 1 week, bro.
To y'all point,
that's the problem, man.
DC, to y'all point from last week, they said the reason why he took over play calling because last week Philip Montgomery ran no RPOs, and that's Hugh Freeze's bread and butter.
So I want to be sure. I want to be before we put. I mean, I want to make sure that we put out good critical information. So are we sure that Hugh Freeze was calling plays today?
That's what I heard before the game.
For sure.
That's why I say allegedly, if that's what happened. You see what I'm saying? I'm not sure. But I'm just like, if that is what happened, then, bro, that's a serious issue because you looking like, bro, where could we be if you had just started with everything and had your offense installed and we were ready to go when the season started? That Cal would have blew them off the map.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you.
I'll say, Nick, something had to be different.
No, I agree. No, I agree with
different.
you. I think it has more to do because it was reported this past week that Thorne, Montgomery, and Breeze did have a meeting this past Sunday, and apparently Breeze did apologize to Thorne for not putting him in the right position for him to be successful, things of that nature. And he also said that some of that was on Thorne as well. Some of the stuff that was happening, some of the problems were some of Thorne's faults as well. So I don't know if that meant that he was calling plays. Maybe it did. I'm not sure. I just didn't see that. So that allegedly, if he did call plays, thank God, because I was always like, if you came here and you brought him in to be your guy, and this is your offense, why aren't you calling plays? I said this a couple of weeks ago as well. I think I said it after the Cal game. I said, why aren't you calling plays? And you brought this dude in to be your guy to run the offense. Run the offense with him, and you call plays for your guy. And I even liken it to the time when Gus and Rhett Lashley were here. Rhett Lashley was the offensive coordinator, but Gus was calling plays.
Sure.
So that's what I liken it to. Now I'm gonna give you my bright spot.
Okay.
And I've been high on this dude ever since they moved him to his new position. Man, Jalen Simpson is a baller. Yeah, Jalen Simpson is a baller, man. He has played himself into literally being at least a third round pick. He will be a day 2 pick.
Yeah,
on the
man.
NFL draft when the NFL draft come around.
Yeah.
That is my bright spot in
Yeah.
the secondary.
Yeah.
And I think also not having a Keontae Scott in the game as well, because he was hurt. He's big enough to actually bang with a Brock Bowers.
That's the man that would have been covering Brock Bowers.
Exactly. That's the man that would have been covering. But he had an ankle, surgery, things of that nature. But he's big enough to bang with a Brock Bowers or something like that. I wish Auburn would go out and recruit some bigger corners. And stuff like that to come out and cover some guys like that. But hopefully they do. What you got to say, DC? I see some brewing on your mind. I know you got something to say.
My thing is, man, I think going forward, man, I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to LSU. You know what I'm saying, man? I'm looking forward to Ole Miss. You know what I'm saying? Really, because man, if they just keep developing what they're doing, man, I think they're gonna be all right. I think Peyton Thorne gained a lot of confidence. I think the offense and defense gained a lot of confidence. They're like, bro, we running with Georgia. They the number 1 team in the nation. Man, I think Peyton Thorne gained a lot of confidence with this game, bro. And I think he gonna settle down going forward. I really do. Hope I don't eat my words, but I think he.
I wouldn't say that, just
Jesus, man. Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying. I'm thinking playing Georgia the number 1 team, and you just say, bro, we just ran with them, man.
The
they
reason
put up
why
200 and some yards on Georgia rushing, bro.
Yeah, that's fine, but the passing game was not there. The passing game was not there.
But when you rushing like that, you don't need it.
Nah, you do need it. You do need a balanced attack. I mean, because you can put 8 in the box, and they can stop the running game, and then you can't throw the ball.
They were trying.
They were trying, and they did.
Auburn did the same thing to Alabama last year.
True. And they did, and they did. But I'm looking at it, and I'm like, man, look, man, we need somebody that can throw the ball, or at least somebody that can at least give the receivers a chance to catch the ball, throw it, so they can get a chance to catch it. It's not, and I said this last week, man. Thorne, stop waiting for the play waiting for your receivers to get the open. Throw the ball to them where they're supposed to be, so you can give them a chance to throw it, so they can get a chance to catch it. That's just how I feel about it.
He did that twice tonight, Nick, and twice it went through fair hand, and the other time, but it slipped. So
man, I will argue all down on that play that you need to know the personnel on the field, bro. Like if you go into the NFL and these dudes are trying to get to the NFL. Like you supposed to know your personnel on the field. Let's stop. Let's go back. Hold on. Let's go back to the spring. Let's go back to the spring when Peyton Thorne got to Auburn. It was reported that Thorne was the dude going out calling all the receivers up. Hey, let's go throw, man, so I can get to know you better. Let's go do this so we can get so we can be in sync. Apparently that ain't panning out. It just don't seem like he's paying it out. So I mean, I as a quarterback, you're supposed to be the extension of the coach on the field, bro. You gotta know your personnel.
Okay, but your boy gonna tell us though.
Ooh.
Hugh Freeze gonna tell us.
Oh yeah,
he gonna tell us. He gonna say
it. He gonna say it. Actually, I think the post game press conference is going on right now. So once we get a chance to see it, I'm definitely gonna watch that, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna rewatch the game tonight.
Okay,
I'm gonna rewatch the whole game tonight, and I'm gonna have my notes for tomorrow.
Okay,
so y'all will be ready. But Marcus, what was your thought, Marcus, that you had? I just had to finish that thought before I had lost it. That's
you got no personnel from knowing personnel. They say Ferris is number 1 receiver. So knowing personnel, that's your go-to guy, your sure-handed guy, and he went up like this.
He did, man. I'm telling you, he did. He did, bro.
So I'm just saying. So
you were looking at that contact.
You your number 1 guy outside of Fairweather twice on the biggest drive for the game.
You're right. You said
that's knowing personnel.
DC said he was looking at the contact, right? If you would have put that ball on him in stride while he was in the slant, he wouldn't have had to be looking at the contact. He would have caught the ball, looking.
All right, we understand that, Nick. His accuracy is inconsistent. We've been through that from the beginning.
But that is important.
Your receiver has to make that catch for you.
That is important for a quarterback.
But it hit his hands, Nick. It hit him in the hands.
You have to make it easy for you. Unless you Brock Bowers, you gotta make it easy for you. You have to make it easy for your receivers. But I mean, I digress. I digress. Apparently, this is a new concept where you can't make it easy for your
No,
wide
it
receivers
ain't
to
that.
catch the
What
ball.
we saying
I'm
is
just
when
saying.
what we saying when the ball in the vicinity, you got to lay hands on that thing and bring it in. That's all
Marvin
I'm saying.
Harrison Jr. makes that catch. Jerry
Yeah.
Rice's son makes that
Yes.
catch.
Yes.
So are you okay? Wait.
Yes.
So are you telling me? So are you saying Jay Fair is on the level of Marvin Harrison Jr.?
No, that's why he's not
He's
on the
supposed
level.
to be a number one receiver.
Right.
Jay
I'm agreeing
Fair is
with
not the number one receiver.
Bro, they said it while the game was going on. They said Jay Fair is Peyton Thorne's number one receiver.
So now you listen to the commentators from CBS. I'm just saying though. I'm just saying. Who's considered? Who is a true number one receiver? Jay Fair is a slot receiver.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. We ain't got no number one receiver.
Thank
we
you.
Ain't got
That's
that dude.
Point. That has been my point the whole time. We have no number one receiver.
Well, okay, but what? Build one if you can't even trust him to make a tough catch.
Right. It's like, bro, like he said, if that's Marvin Harrison Jr., he coming down with that. But that in turn shows you, okay, why Jay Fair may not be on that level because he's not making the catch.
That has been my point the entire time. That's why I said Peyton Thorne had to put that ball on him in stride.
Bro, you making excuses for the receiver though.
Yeah, because you don't have a great quarterback. We don't have a great quarterback.
The ball hit him in the hand, Nick. When you're a receiver,
you know what?
The ball hit you in the hand.
You can bring it in.
You can't
bring that in.
You can't start praising and worshiping when the ball hits you in the hand. You can't.
I'll agree with y'all. I agree. They got to make the catch, man. They got to make the catch.
Yeah, when the ball hits you in the hand, that's just my theory, man. That's my theory.
You're right.
Don't get it, but don't get it twisted though. We're not saying that he couldn't throw a better ball. That's not even. You know what I'm saying? Like old boy said, two things could be right at the same time. You see what I'm saying? He could have thrown a better ball. Of course, he could have threw it. He could have put it in his bread basket, hit him in stride. And he also could have caught the ball when it hit his hands. Both could be true. So I'm not saying you wrong. You're right. But we also saying the ball hit him in his hands. So, bro, when it hits you in your hands, bro, you got to come down with the ball, man. That's your job. That's your job to catch that ball and get your block knocked off and come down with it.
Ain't nobody receiver trying to get hit across the middle like that.
But what I'm saying though,
that's
the difference between a cat who don't make it in the NFL and a Hall of Famer.
So
if you throw that
between somebody that's smart and that want to live a long life,
bro. If you throw that to T.O., bro, he coming down with it.
I even go back in time. You throw that to an Emory Blake, he coming down with
it, bro.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Because Emory Blake was not going.
Williams gonna come down with it.
He was 6'4".
But my point is, he gonna go get it and he gonna come down with it, bro. It's Williams gonna come down with that thing, bro. Courtney Taylor coming down with it.
Courtney Taylor was 6'3".
Yeah, but it don't matter.
Jay Fair 5'10", 5'11".
My point is,
come on, he's not. His body type is not made for the middle of the field for that contact. Them slot receivers.
Ricardo Lewis might even come down with that.
Ricardo Lewis is 6'3".
Man, I'm just saying, Nick, bro. Regardless, man. Okay, you saying
the person who would come down with that is Anthony Schwartz.
Anthony Schwartz still 6'2". All these tall receivers, man. Come on.
Okay, the point is, even as a tall receiver, you get balls thrown out your catch radius. You see what I'm saying? With Courtney Taylor, he got balls thrown out his catch radius and he went and got it. You see what I'm saying?
I love it. I'm about to digress on that conversation. But all I'm saying is, man, I'm just looking at it like, look, man, that was you have as a quarterback, you're supposed to be the trigger man. You're supposed to be the man that's supposed to make everything run on the field. You have to make it easy for your guys that you're throwing the ball to. You don't want you're not supposed to be throwing the ball to your receivers and putting them in a situation to where they can get hit like that.
I agree.
Because you're not supposed to do that. Because if you do that, they can get mad at you. And if you don't do that. You don't do that. But I mean,
you acting like Peyton Thorne has been an elite quarterback any time in his career.
Peyton Thorne, he's a serviceable quarterback, but he ain't good. He ain't been good this year.
I'm just saying, like but going into the season, DC even highlighted that. Like, so we know that about him. So me knowing that, okay, my quarterback ain't the best thrower, I have to be. I didn't play receiver, Nick. So I know it's going through his head. I got to be ready for what's coming out. And if you go back and you watch that, but it did this. He was scared.
He was scared. He was scared. See, it's one thing if he went up and got it full strength and looked at it and all that. But what makes it bad, man, is he went up and he ducked his head like that. You see what I'm saying? That's what make it bad, man.
You can tell he gave up on the throw before the throw even got there. He was like, it's up there. I ain't even finna try that.
He gave up on the throw before it got there. He gave up on the throw before it got there, but he jumped 6 inches in the air to try to catch it. Man. I don't get that part. I don't get that part right there. I don't understand that part. But okay.
I'm in my head now. I'm scared anyway. I just want to show the coach I attempted to try to go get it.
I don't get that one. I don't get that one right there, but okay, man.
I just had to show the coach I attempted so he won't say nothing when I come back to the sideline.
Okay. All right.
So Nick, so you blaming Courtney Thorne?
Yes, I blame Thorne.
And Marcus, I think I hear you saying you're not blaming Hugh Freeze, you blaming some of the personnel switches.
Yeah, like, no. Marcus said play calling.
No, he was like
play calling.
I thought he was saying personnel.
You gave me a chance to explain what I said, Nick. So why you trying? He said play call.
You said play call. You said play call.
I wrote down what I said. I said substitute at the wrong time, breaking momentum. I wrote down exactly what I said for the listeners.
That's game management. That's game management. That's not.
But that's personnel also, though.
That's not okay. All right. I forgot.
Hey, you gotta take somebody. I understand. I understand. It was a very frustrating night for all of us.
I have forgotten football, man. But okay, it is what it is, though. It is what it is, though.
Oh man, the beautiful thing about football, man, is you see it from all different kind of vantage points. And the things you saying, like I said, man, the things you saying, I'm not disagreeing with it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this stuff with that Marcus saying, you saying, is like, if I come with a counterpoint, it's not saying that it didn't exist. It's just saying, okay, this might have existed too, along with it. You know, I'm not sitting disagreeing with anything y'all saying, man. It's just from my vantage point, I see the drive that the defenses didn't stop on those last 2 drives. I see that more important. He sees the substitutions more important. You know what I'm saying? You see the quarterback, the trigger man more important. So it's just all of it can be true. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't gotta digress. I like what you're saying.
No, I'm gonna just give you the reason why I don't put it on the defense. It's because you had 2 minutes and 34 seconds left in the game.
3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes, Nick.
Mm-hmm. No, it was like 2:54.
No, they had 3 minutes. They had a complete 3 minutes left.
Okay, so they had like 3 minutes left.
Because I was like, we have an elite offense. We could go down and score. I said they had 3 minutes.
You have 3 minutes left in the game. Ryan T got the ball a couple of times on that. Made some great moves to get some yards on the field.
Mm-hmm.
But I look at 2 critical plays that put you on second down. You don't throw it up to Nick Martin. You try to throw it back shoulder when you in that situation, and then you throw the ball high to a 5'10" receiver in the slide that has to go up try to make the catch. I just look at those 2 and I'm like that wasn't smart, because the ball that you threw to Fair in the slot, that should have been thrown to Martin. That should have been thrown up higher. And the ball that you threw to Martin low and behind, or lower, should have been thrown to Fair. That's just how I see it. And then, you make it easier for your receivers to catch the ball. That's just how I see it. And he didn't throw the ball great at all throughout the whole game. I know he made that one throw to the Fairweather down the seam. That was I was like, okay, if he can keep doing this, Auburn got a chance to win some games. But other than that, he didn't really wow me or nothing like that. I mean, he threw some balls in the area where you got some pass interference calls. They got some penalties on Georgia's defense that set them up to get close to get closer in their in Auburn territory. But nah, I didn't think Thorne played a great game overall. I mean, if you take that 61-yard run out, Thorne really didn't do nothing. If you look at it, you take that one play out. I mean, it's the same Thorne that we've been seeing the rest of the season. I mean, the season prior. And now that we in game 4, I mean, I think we are going into a bye week, but unless they make a change at quarterback or do something drastic, this is the Auburn team we're gonna see for the remainder of the season. That's just how I see it. But go ahead, Marcus. I see you got something to say. Go ahead. Your microphone went out. Pause. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. We hear you.
I don't agree with that, nigga. I don't think this is the one we've been seeing the whole season. I seen him release the ball on time tonight because he had one play when Sean Hooks got that pass interference. It was a linebacker coming ready to knock his head off. He got rid of the ball as quick as possible. Led it to a pass interference call. When dude got hurt on the sideline, he threw a nice little back shoulder throw, put it right on the money. Defense just made a better play. And he was getting rid of the ball a lot faster tonight, and I could tell that he was working with Hugh Freeze on play calling this whole week. So
I will agree with you on that. He did get the ball out faster before he did get sacked, but he did give up some points on the field, especially on that time. Like I said, you're at the 30-yard line, you get sacked. You can't take a 12-yard sack and get out of field goal range. Things of that nature. You know what I'm saying,
man?
I mean, my thing is, he got rid of the ball quick. He did give them a chance to catch the ball, but then he put it in the right places for them to actually get a chance to catch it. Was his accuracy there?
No,
it's how I'm looking.
But we know that about him, though. We know that about him.
Okay. So I want to clear this part up. So we're saying we know that about him. Was what we knew that he wasn't accurate, or what we knew that he was an up and down quarterback? Which one? Because from what I saw at Michigan State, he was pretty accurate at Michigan State. He was pretty.
Bro, he had number 4 that's doing the same thing at Florida State. Them receivers was going and getting the ball that Auburn receivers not doing.
Okay,
you see what I'm saying?
Okay, all right.
Number 4 doing the same thing he was doing at Michigan State. He doing it at Florida State right now.
Okay.
If that Peyton Thorne put it in the vicinity, them cats at Michigan State was just going to get that thing, bro.
Okay.
They were they were climbing the ladder going to get it coming down.
Okay, so you saying so you telling me even at Michigan State he wasn't accurate. He was just up and down.
He put the ball in the vicinity. He got a catchable ball. Let me put it that way. He wasn't like this super accurate guy in my book. He was just this guy that he had a catchable ball. He put it in the vicinity, and you might have to go get it. You know what I'm saying? Look what Coleman doing at Florida State, man. He doing the same thing.
Yeah, but Jordan Travis threw a very accurate ball.
Yeah, but I'm just saying he's still going to get it, though. He's still going to get it. And the guy that was there that's went to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? They had 2 NFL receivers, man, who was going to get it. They were snagging it, man. And he don't have that at Auburn.
Does Auburn have an NFL receiver right now?
If they do, bruh, I don't see him yet. So
he hasn't emerged yet.
Yeah, I ain't gonna dunk on him like that. They might, but I haven't seen him like he say emerge yet. I know Fairweather can be a NFL type tight end, but receiver, I agree. I don't see that he's emerged yet, man.
Gotcha. Well, gentlemen, I know we coming down to the close. We got about 7 minutes left before we get up out of here, man. Any closing thoughts on this Auburn Georgia game? One question I did want to ask though, I know DC, you kind of touched on it earlier. You said you was looking forward to it, but how do you see? Is the season going how you thought it would from your preseason predictions, and how do you see the season going?
No, it's not. I thought we would look how we looked today in the first game, meaning that I thought Hugh Freeze was going to be calling plays. This is what I thought when he got hired. That I thought we would evolve from how we look tonight would be our first game. We put up 20 points, 27 points in our first game. And then by the time we get to Georgia, we putting up 35, 40 points. You see what I'm saying? So not yes and no, but it's like him taking over, man. I think it's a net positive, man. I think it's a net positive going forward as far as games. And I think it's a net positive going forward because of recruiting. Man, that was the win tonight.
Gotcha.
The win was recruiting, bro. The win was recruiting because them recruits were sitting on the sideline was like, bro, I would have caught that.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Like a period of time for looking at that.
Yeah, looking like, man, if I was man, we would have won the game.
I would have caught that ball. Or like a Walker White.
Yes, if I was playing, I would have hit that. He didn't read that right. So the net positive to that game to me that I really looked at and was like, okay, we probably won't lose no recruits, and they probably looking forward and saying, man, okay, yeah, he proving what he's saying. And if I was on the field when your boy, what's your name that you said dropped the back shoulder that he punched the ball out, that you said the defender made a better play. Yeah, Perry Thompson, like, man, I would have made that. Easy.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? So
I actually think they do have. I actually think Caleb Burton could be that guy for Auburn. In my personal opinion, I think Camden Brown could be that guy, but he's just inconsistent, man. I don't know what's going on with Camden Brown right now, man. And I'm just waiting on the man to just show up, man, because dude is amazing. I think he's amazing, but you know, it is what it is. But Marcus, what you got, man? Is the season going how you thought it would? And how do you feel about the season going forward after watching this Auburn Georgia matchup that we just saw today?
Honestly, I share the sentiments of DC when he says I was hoping to see what I seen today in the beginning, but me seeing how quick it caught on, I'm very encouraged going into the weeks after this, because I see if Peyton Thorne or even Robert Ashford, whoever we go with the play calling going forward offensively, I see the promise with the defense, because Nick, I still believe in what we said. We got an elite defense, bro. Like, I don't care how you cut it.
I'm starting to buy that.
I think we got an elite defense. So now
I'm starting to buy that. Yeah.
What I'm kind of upset about is the fact that we were +1 in turnovers. So we had 2 turnovers to Georgia's 1, and we still lost the game. So in my personal opinion, I look at that and I'm like, what area could you say is like, you get 2 turnovers in the game, you should win the game. And if you plus on the other team, you stole a possession, so you should be winning the game. And then the only turnover that they got was at the end of the game when it was a critical time to go down and score. I don't know, man. I'm looking at it. I can't sit here and say Auburn's defense is not good. I think the defense is
I think the defense is elite. So like going forward now, like with the quarterbacks catching on to a better play calling system, because if we all being real, the first 3 weeks look horrible, play calling wise, offensively, horrible. Now I can see him getting the ball out with timing, him putting on, you know what I'm saying? If he get better time and gain speed with those receivers, Nick, I see him making that slant throw down the line in the Iron Bowl. Yep. So like just being in those situations, being ready. I ain't saying it got to be him, Nick, but just even putting Robert Ashford in a situation where we can get a RPO plus some play action or some shoot routes or some sail routes, just some quick out of the backfield for him to be more encouraged going down the line. I see that with the play calling of Hugh Freeze, other than alleged play calling of Hugh Freeze, other than Philip Montgomery.
I'm gonna put it like this.
So just going forward, I feel good.
I'm gonna put it like this. Until Peyton Thorne do it, I don't believe it. Really?
So you weren't like
Peyton Thorne do it, I can't believe it.
So you wasn't encouraged by what you saw today as far now think about it. Okay, keep this in perspective though. Keep this is what you got to keep in perspective, man. This is what you got to keep in perspective, man. Did y'all see the blue chip ratio for Georgia versus Auburn? Did y'all see that, man? Okay. I don't know if y'all got 247. Go to 247 and check this out, bro. This was astonishing. They said that, and they listed it at every position. They had on their 2 deep. They had their 2 deep was higher rated than our best player at that position.
You talking about Georgia?
Okay. Every position, bro. Every position on their 2 deep, their D-line, their linebackers, safety, their 2 deep. Our starter was ranked lower than. And bro, in some positions, like bro, they had 11 offensive linemen rated higher than our highest rated offensive lineman. That's unbelievable. So what I'm saying is keep it in perspective, man. They ran with these cats. So you got to keep it in perspective, bro. They played the number 1 team in the nation. It was Georgia defense. It was a Georgia offense with a bunch of 4 and 5-star cats, and they played with them.
But see,
off of 1 week of preparation. So think when they get the off week, bro.
But see, this is my thing.
Think when they keep going, LSU. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Ole
hear
Miss,
you on
bro.
that.
I think they're gonna get that thing rolling, bro.
I hear where you're coming from on that. But I'm starting to not really put a lot of take into stars when you rate guys coming out of high school, because Alabama has had the top 3 recruiting class the past 3 years, and they are not they weren't a good team last year or this year. So okay, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I mean, I think it's more of a cohesion with who's on the field playing than the star rating, in my personal opinion.
Okay, let me
I used to be like, okay, there's a 5-star. He should come in here play like 5-star, but you got a lot of 3-stars that come in and fall out.
I agree with that, and it's outliers everywhere, bro. But when you look at the blue chip ratio, bro, you can't argue it. When they talk about the percentage of 4 and 5 stars you have on your team versus who make the playoffs and win national championship, it correlates, bro. It passed every test. It does not fail. You have outliers, man. You have your Nick Farleys and those kind of people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking that. But when you just go back and look at the blue chip ratio, those teams versus teams that make the playoff, they're always over 50% in the blue chip ratio.
Okay. All right.
Auburn was the closest team to not being that high. They had the lowest blue chip ratio to win a national championship when they won with Cam Newton.
Yeah. Yeah.
But other than that, man, look at Georgia, Ohio State, LSU, Alabama, bro. They always winning and in the playoffs because when you stack 4 and 5 stars, bro, you have less chances to miss when you have, you know what I'm saying? You miss less in evaluation. If I got a team, all my team is 4 and 5 stars, all of them might not pay. You're not gonna see the misses. Like so with Auburn, that they only have maybe 2, huh?
So you're saying it's a numbers game, basically.
It's a numbers because Auburn might get 2 5 stars. See, just say for instance, if they bust on Perry and they bust on Riddick, bro, that's gonna hurt us. But if like with Georgia, if you got your 2 deep or 4 and 5 stars, man, they got like 4 Riddicks. So if they miss on 1 or 2, they still got 2 they hit on. You feel what I'm saying? So I agree with you, but it's just they have less chance of missing the more you have. That's what it is. That's why I say with Georgia, bro, it was the number 1 team, bro. They ran with them. So it's like that's probably talent-wise the best team they're gonna play this season. Bro, and they could have beat them.
Yeah.
So think when they play Ole Miss, bro, if they get it together, I could be tricking myself. You know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking when they have this bye week, they go to LSU. I think it's gonna be a different team going the rest of the way. That's just my thought.
Who do you think the quarterback will be coming out of the bye week?
Paythorne.
Marcus.
Paythorne, they're gonna live and die by it. You can see that now.
Paythorne, bro.
I agree with you all, but I think Holden Gurney needs a shot. I'm gonna stick with the Holden Gurney train. I think Holden needs a shot. I think Paythorne will be the quarterback, but
I think we should go Robert Ashford, man, and let him throw the ball.
Yeah, Robbie looking good, man. But I'm tell you like this: if you putting up, look, man, and this is my thought, if you putting up over 200 yards rushing on Georgia, bro, I'm sticking with what I got. I'm like, let's ride. Okay. I'm like, bro, let's whatever we doing. Paythorne, Robbie, the crazy in and outs. If we got that close to beating Georgia, bro, and we like we not full throttle yet, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got this thing really going with Hugh Freeze calling the plays. If we doing that against Georgia, man, I'm like, bro, just polish it and you know what I'm saying? Get everything down packed, man. Keep doing what you're doing, bro, and polish it.
So let's go full 2013 Auburn.
Yes.
With Trey Mason and Nick Marshall.
Yeah, all that, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. I'm like, just run the ball. Bro, we just put up 200 and some yards on Georgia. We put up 200 and some yards on Alabama last year. Okay, bro, right. Hit your horse to that. Hit your horse to that, and then let Nick Marshall hit some passes here and there. You just refine your passing games, get them stuff they can hit. Like my man said, it's just like give them some hitches, man. Give them some comebacks. Give them some quick hitters. They finally start hitting the back, leaking out the backfield. Finally.
They did. I agree with
Jesus, man. I'm like, bro, y'all finally hit a back coming out the backfield. So, bro, they just need to refine what they doing, man. You know, and let Hugh Freeze just keep taking over, bro. And I could be wrong, but I think, man, look going forward. I'm like Mark, man, we got hope, bro.
So you said, all right. So Marcus at the beginning of the season, you had us 10-2. I had us 9-3. So far, the season's going how I thought it would be. DC had us 8-4. Y'all still cool on those?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, wait a minute. Hold up. Marcus, didn't you have at the beginning of the season? Didn't you have us beating Texas A&M?
Yeah, that's that game I lost.
Okay, so who do you think Auburn will beat now? Do you think they'll beat LSU?
Yes.
In Death Valley?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We got a full 2 weeks to find out, ladies and gentlemen. Man, this has been a great talk. This has been a great analysis, reaction to the Auburn-Georgia game. Georgia came out narrowly escaped. They went at 27-20. I said earlier, if Auburn could put 24 points up, they probably could win the game. But, man, this has been a great reaction, man. Hopefully, Attic shaking his head. Attic, what you got?
No, man, I'm just like, it was just so close, man. It was just like, bro, we naming all this stuff. It was just, bro, they could have won that game, dog.
They could have.
They could have won that game. It's you know, and we picked them to lose, man. But just
did.
them being so close, bro, just like, bro, it would have been just great, man, to get that victory. But onward.
I feel you. Man, so Attic, man, tell them how they can find you, man. Tell them where they can reach out to you at. How they can come in contact
over
with you.
To Auburn Addicts, man. You know, check us out. Put us in the rotation. We on all the platforms. Same thing at Auburn_Addicts, man. Come over and check us out, man.
Hey, man,
check the fellas out, man. They're gonna be over there, man.
We got good content over there, man. We normally make a stop. You know, we stop in and chat it up. We talk Auburn football over there with them as well too, man. This has been great, man. We're gonna do this again, man. So we got a whole week off to get our nerves right. Hopefully Coach Freeze is calling plays, which I hope he is. And then we come back and we'll head to Death Valley, and we get to watch the Tigers versus the Tiger Bowl on August 14th. So it's gonna be great, man. Fellas, anything else before we get out of here?
Hey, man, I need to put up a roster, man, because I like spend half of the game like, who is that? What number is that person? Like, the whole roster.
They change numbers. Some of them change
bro,
numbers.
Who is that? Like, what? Who is like 18 and who is, Asia was like, who is 33 and there's so many new numbers.
Yeah, I didn't know who 33 was either.
Yeah,
I was like, who is he?
I like spend half the game like, who is that right there, man? So I'm gonna put up a roster, man, and just so everybody can just look at it.
Like Pritchard messed me up because he switched his number. He 18.
Number 1.
He's 4.
Yeah,
one.
He's one. He's one. Yeah. DJ James 4. Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, for the longest I've been like, who is 18, man? That's the dude from Liberty. But go ahead, let's get off, man.
Man. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, man, Water Cooler Talk Podcast, man. This has been a water break, a little bit longer water break than normal. But, man, we enjoy it, man. Thank y'all so much, man. Remember, man, we'll be dropping our show October 4th, man. You hear our podcast, the one that you normally hear every Wednesday. Now you'll be able to see it every Wednesday starting October 4th. The long form content on YouTube, man. So subscribe, hit the like button, man. We enjoy it, man. Thank y'all so much, man. And as always, man, before we get up out of here, man, y'all have a good one. Better yet, have a great one. Be blessed, man. One love.